And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from, what's the name of this person? VI556? Did I get that right? You asked the question, who would win in the social, against the two social awkwards? Dwight Schrute? Schrute? I don't know. It's Schrute. Schrute. I don't watch The Office. And Big Bang Theory. Sheldon Cooper, who is an easier name to remember than his last name. Both are, one is frankly insufferable. The other is actually part of an ensemble cast that actually works. Now, I've never watched either of these shows in any excess. I've seen clips, I've seen pieces. I even tried watching an episode of The Big Bang Theory one time. I failed to get through that entire episode. See, the issue, and I'm not trying to compare the shows, but I guess that's where I should start, is that the issue with Big Bang Theory is it's written by people who are clearly not part of that culture, who think they know how that culture works. And so the jokes come off extremely painful most of the time. In fact, I'd actually argue anything not involving this character, it can work, and sometimes works. But the problem is you made one of the lead characters, one of the characters you focus on, so freaking insufferable and up their own ass that, and so cardboard cutout stereotyped that it really becomes irritating. Sheldon Cooper, if you like the show, great. I'm not trying to take anything from you, but Sheldon Cooper, in my opinion, is one of the most unlikable characters that was ever put on sitcom, maybe even TV. Dwight, the little I remember of him, he's not that bad, because he works on because the writing's first off a lot better than The Office, from the little I remember of The Office. But he's not that bad because he actually knows kind of how to function like a human being. But the problem is they both have a complete lack of empathy. They're socially awkward. They're kind of single-minded, obsessive in their goals. And they're both just kind of the pariahs in their own office, but they don't care. They are perfectly fine being who they are. But who would win in a fight between them? Well, looking up their biographies, it actually became very clear-cut, in my opinion, who would win. And the answer to that is Dwight. Why Dwight? Well, first off, physically, neither of these guys are the epitome of strength. You don't get that right there with these. No, you get like a stick and a little dough guy, kind of. I mean, that's not nice to say about him, but he is a little, at least from this look, he's shorter in stature, he's a little doughy, he looks like an office nerd. But there's actually a distinct difference between two things. One, their personality. Dwight is a lot more menacing, I guess is the right term. He's a lot more menacing, and he's a lot more vindictive. He's willing to go out of his way to get revenge or whatever. But beyond that, there's also one other really big reason Dwight would win in an actual physical fight between these two. Sheldon is not a physical individual. He's an intellectual individual. He's not, even if I think there's been a few instances where he's thrown a punch, but it's been so rare. And even then, he's not a fighter at all. Dwight is actually a purple belt in karate. So Dwight actually can fight. And he was actually an assistant, what was it? Oh, God. He wasn't an assistant sheriff. That's not what he was. He was, but he was assistant to a sheriff, deputy, like sheriff. Where are you, Dwight? Dwight Schrute? Schrute? Is that his name? Schrute. I can't pronounce his name. But, yeah, him. 1 second here. Where was it? He is a former volunteer sheriff's deputy. And he has a purple belt in karate. Hold on. Interests. He is trained in the art of surveillance and is a former Lackawanna County volunteer sheriff deputy. He has a purple belt in Goju Ryu karate and is a senpai of his dojo. Dwight is a pop culture and sci-fi enthusiast, much like Sheldon, which is probably one of the other reasons why he's which is why people put this together. But yeah, right there. Oh, he owns an impressive array of weaponry. In addition to a laser tag and paintball equipment, which he's also an avid paintballer, he has a crossbow range at his farm. And when he was named official security supervisor of the Scranton branch, hinted that he might bring a bow staff to work. He has maintained a hidden arsenal of weapons around the office, including pepper spray, nunchucks, throwing stars, a stun gun, a boomerang, handcuffs. That's not a weapon, but whatever. Nightstick, a pair of brass knuckles, and a Chinese sword, all of which were confiscated by Toby. Point being, and that's not even among them. So point being, not only does he actually have an arsenal of weapons he apparently knows how to use on some capacity, he's also a capable martial artist. So he would break Sheldon in two. Sheldon really would not stand a chance against Dwight, surprisingly. Despite the fact they're both pop culture enthusiasts, nerds in their own right, and intelligent in their own right, Dwight's the only one who's actually a bit more of a capable, functioning human being in some ways, even though they're both still very socially awkward, apathetic to humanity, or not empathetic, unempathetic. So, yeah, I'd have to take Dwight in the fight, unless any of you folks out there know of any specific episode that would detail. Now, if you're asking me who's more intelligent, oh, that's Sheldon. I'll admit that Sheldon is a genius. Like everyone on that show. Like all the guys, at least the main male characters, are all geniuses in their own respective fields. Sheldon being no different. So yeah, in terms of like intelligence, oh yeah, he's smarter than Dwight in terms of just straight book smart scientific intellect. But Dwight would ultimately win an actual fight. But again, unless you know of an episode that would prove Sheldon could actually beat him in a fight, something happened that showed he could win. I don't know. Let me know. I didn't really watch either of these shows. I know a little bit about both these characters, and I had to go find out more. So based on what I found, I go Dwight. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I got my Zanpakuto video to do today. So later.